Hi everyone. In this operation management course, we are going to discuss about the types of process layouts. Okay, so layout decisions, location decisions we have seen, and layout decisions. What is a layout? So layout is the place. Layout helps us to manage the area, how to locate the materials, or it helps to keep the materials, men and machine and materials, that is the resources for an industry in a proper way. So normally the layout will helps us to improve the productivity, and it helps the workers to work safely. Yeah, okay. So layout is very important in industry or in any service sectors also, for the smooth flow of material. Smooth flow of material is first main. It should not get any bottlenecks problems. And the second one is safety and security, safety of the workers. So there should not be any place where it creates accident to the workers. These two are very important factors that to be considered. And any other items for future expansion, the third one criteria, we are going to see the future expansion. Right now, what are the types of layout? So the layout, as earlier say, there the determinant of the layout is mainly a type of the product what we are doing, and the volume of the product. So types of products, it may be a smaller product or it may be a bigger product. According to that, the layout should be decided. And moreover, the volume of the product. So already we have said that mass production, there is a huge volume of production, and the volume is the product is produced continuously. There is no stop, there is no break at all. Continuous production. The raw material is converted into finished product with a continuous sequence order. That is one type of production. Another type of production, you have seen that job shop production, where different variety of components can be done with the customer order. Okay, and there's a project type of production, or production where we are taking a big product, only one or two product, and we are doing. So here there is the different type of layout, it is there for that type of jobs. A product or line layout, see in this first thing, it depends upon a product, what product we are doing. For the product, a layout is decided. Okay, we are designing a layout only for particular product. As I said, cement is my product out. Okay, so for cement manufacturing, what I have to do, so where the raw material has to come, and what are the next sequence process, and finally it has to go out as a cement. Just like another example, if you say sugar, so the raw material for sugar is sugar cane. So sugar cane is the input raw material, and further process it goes continuously. Final output is the sugar. So the process, these two process, we call it as a line layout or product process. So in this product or line layout process, the sequence, first of all, we have to decide, we have to make a list of process what we have to do, and we have to arrange in a process, in a manner. So in this diagram, you can see there is a product A and a product B. There is two different products we are producing. Raw material is at the left side, and when raw material comes inside product A, so a product A, there is a sequence. First of all, the product should cross through turning operation, then it has to go for drilling operation, then milling operation. After that, it has to go for fourth step, grinding operation, fifth step, boring operation, sixth, reaming, and inspection, then packaging, then it will be a finished product. Right? So this layout is made for the product A. The sequence, according to the sequence, the machines are arranged. Right? Once the turning operation is done, then it goes for drilling operation. Once the drilling operation is done, then the same product, the same material will go for the milling operation. Like this, the same material will follow one by one, and finally it comes as a finished product. In a product B, that you can see now, first is casting. Casting goes to grinding, then it make turning operation, then drilling operation, milling, painting and inspection, then packing. So that is the order of the raw material which is processed through these sequences, and finally it comes as a output as a product. So it is called as a product layout. Clear? So a layout is made for a particular type of product. So this is the sequence is arranged only this product can be done in this manner. Another product we cannot go through that layout. Okay, so if the product is fixed and it can, for that it is decided, the layout decided, it is a product layout. Here the advantages, or it is suitable for a standard product and suitable for continuous production and continuous supply of raw material. So here the raw material start at one end and finished at delivered at the other end. The same set of sequence is followed in the product or line layout, right? Another one is process layout or functional layout. Process layout or functional layout, it depends upon the functions involved or the process involved. Here it is the intermittent process, it will come under intermittent process. There are a product A, B, C, like that, any products may be there, and they may follow different sequences. So a product A, but here in this layout, machines are arranged in terms of sections or functions. The functional layout, the layout is made with the help of with the functions. So milling function, drilling function, grinding function, packaging function. So this is called a functional layout. In a particular section, number of machines may be there, maybe 10 or 20 or like that, and the component, any component can go with that section, but there is a sequence of machines will be followed. In this case of this drawing, you can see a machine, a product A, first it is going to a shearing machine, then it goes for next milling session. So in milling session, one milling machine is used for doing one product A, another milling machine it is used for product B. So milling session will, there number of products can be done, product A, B or C. So product A is go for shearing, and then it goes for milling, then again shearing, then it goes off. It will be as a finished product, it is getting out. And the product B, it goes to shearing machine and milling machine, drilling, again another drilling in another machine, then packaging, inspection and packaging, like that it goes. So process layout, it depends upon the process involved. The objects may be differs, and the products may be differs, and the process, that is the functions, the sections or arranged, it depends upon the functions. So this functional layout or process layout will be helping for suitable for where the product design is not stable. In the case of first product layout, the design of the product is stable. That is what we are going to produce is fixed. Either it may be a sugar or it may be a cement, or it's fixed for the entire year. It is continuously they are producing the same product. But in the functional layout or process layout, we cannot say, we cannot determine what it is needed. It is depends upon customer requirement. So the advantages here is continuous production is possible, because even if one machine is failed, but in case of product layout, if there is any machine gets failure, then the entire line will be stopped until the machine gets repaired. Here it is possible, so that continuous production is possible, and variety of products can be done. It is suitable for more number of variety of products, right? So here the next one is cellular type. So here cells, there are different type of cells are there. In the cell, different machines will be there. So a product only for a particular product, one cell is there. Cell 1 for a product, cell 2 for a product, cell 3 for a product. So the product will go there in the cell. So an organization is making into different cell. It is for a bigger organization where different components are getting to be done and finally assembly is done. So one product in one cell, another product in another cell, all 4 or 5 products they are making parts, we can say as a part, 4 or 5 part they are making, and finally all the parts are clubbed together and make it as assembly. So that time this cellular layout will be helpful for the industry to make different products in different sections, different areas, and then getting assembly over here. This is the cellular or group type of layout. So normally it is a GT layout, we call it as group technology layout, where the nut, bolt, washers, so separately they will do in a separate batches, separate areas, and finally we can go for an assembly area. So in a big plants we can make it into small areas and they are producing. So family parts, normally we call it as family parts, can be doing, and finally it is coming for assembly. This is called cellular layout. And another one is fixed position layout. So there the product is not moving anywhere, the workers and the machines will come and work near to that area. So the layout is fixed, where the component, the building, the machines we are going to build is, you have to come and work over there, like a satellite or aerospace, that aeroplane, and the ship building. This is since the component or the product is a bigger one, it will be in a position, and the workers and the machines, bringing the machines and the workers together, they will work in that area, fixed area, fixed position layout. So that this type of product will be for 1 or 2 big machines, even building bridges, agricultural product. These are all the things where the people come and work over there. Okay, project will be in one location, tool and equipment workers are brought near to the project and they are going to do it. So this is the thing where the types of, these are all the main important types of layout, and as the capacity and the location planning, and we finish this topics. Right, thank you.